How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. And you?
Very good, thank you. So, welcome to this coaching session. It's lovely to see you today. Um, just to clarify from the very beginning, just remember that this coaching session is completely confidential and that everything that we speak together here is going to be for only us. And this recording is just going to be watched by my colleague just for learning purposes. Okay? Is that okay?
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Great. So, first of all, this is a learning environment for you and I to work together so that I can serve as a guide for you to start seeing new solutions and new opportunities in whatever the issue that you are going through right now so that you can face it. Okay, so be disclose as much as you want so that we both can have, you can have a benefit out of this, right?
Okay, perfect. So
Great.
the main issue I'm having at the moment is that, as you know, at Holt we have to work a lot in teams, and one of the Holt DNAs is working with other people. So the team I got this term was not the best. I mean, the people in it are great separately, but when we work together, it's not very good. So the thing is, obviously, culture takes a big part of it, but it is very hard to work with people that don't have the same goals as you. So for me, I think this term we have a lot of different goals we want to achieve, but some of them are not as important to other team members. We have a very hard, like a lot of hard assignments coming up, and we have like a specific teacher that is very, very strict with his grading, and he's very, like, he really knows what he wants. And we had him last term, and for me, he's not the easiest person uh, to hand in assignments because I don't think he's very clear about what he wants. So my team, so there's a guy from Poland, a guy from France, a girl from the United States, another girl from Canada, and then me, who's from Colombia. So as you can see, like like cultures are extremely different. So I do get along with them socially, but when it gets to us doing the assignments, it's not very easy. So for example, the French guy, whenever like we have these brainstorming sessions for us to be like very clear on what we want to do with our assignments and what we want to achieve. But whenever he gives an idea and we tell him it's like as a group, we tell him it's not the best, like not the route we want to go, he immediately like shuts off and he just starts like looking at the floor the entire meeting, which is really frustrating. And he also something that makes me super mad is that he has some drama with the girl from the United States outside of the group, and he brings that energy into the group, and it's really annoying because it has nothing to do with the rest of us. Like they should be able to resolve their issues like on their own time.
Okay.
So that's also very frustrating. And one of the things that makes me the most angry is when we have a deadline that is really near, and my team, like I tell them, like okay, we have to do this, like, and we try to split the work because that's easiest for all of us because we have different things going on in our lives. But the day before an assignment, like they don't do their part, which is extremely frustrating because I'm not the type of person to just be like, oh, so I'm not. So if they didn't do it, I'm not going to do it. So that's it. No, I have to be like I can't just not care about it. I have to do something about it. So last time we had to present an assignment, I actually did the work entirely. which was horrible because for me, like I did it to the best of my abilities, but I also kept thinking like if we do bad, if we do like badly, it's obviously going to fall on me. But then at the same time, I'm like, but I'm the only one that worked.
Okay.
Um, we also had like a team like meeting with our program manager for the entire MIM program, and like first I think the time we had with him wasn't enough. It didn't really go well after that meeting. Like we actually got into a fight as a team because like there's so the guy from Poland kept saying like these really bad comments about the United States, and obviously the girl from the United States got like angry. Like I
Yeah.
completely understand. Like if he was talking about Colombia that way, I would have been extremely mad. So that also like gives a lot of tension in the group. And after that meeting with our program management manager, I think it made the team even a little bit worse.
Okay.
So it was
So,
really hard. And for me, the biggest issue with it is that the guy from Poland, he has a lot of issues in his life, and that's okay. We all do. But he he just sees the world in a very negative way. And I'm always trying to be positive. Like that's how I live my life. That's how I feel the happiest. Like it's something I try to do in my everyday life. But he's even told me that he hates it when I tell him to be positive.
okay. So let me
Which
recap from here. So basically, you're having issues with your current team, and most of the issues are because of your cultural differences, right? Most of them appear from there. And you're having trouble basically on the deadlines. That another aspect that is pressuring more about it is that the teacher is quite challenging for the grading. So it's a challenge to do the assignments already, and having a group that has so much cultural tension is not working good for you and for anybody in the team. And also that some specific people within the team, when you start working together and brainstorming, they shut down completely, like they not engaged at all. And that sometimes you even have to step up and do the work yourself, and then you charge yourself with that responsibility of what if it goes wrong, but again, I was the only one doing the job, right?
exactly,
Great, Laura. So if I had to ask you to set one specific short-term goal for this session that you want to achieve so that you can start facing and resolving that issue, what would it be?
I think a short-term goal is to have a little bit more patience. Sometimes I'm not very good at that. I think I have to remind myself that culture, like we have to be aware that other people um, work differently. Sometimes I forget that. Sometimes I forget. I'm the type of person that want things done extremely like right away. Like I don't like complicated things. I just want to do our best work, but in a simple way. And I have to understand that not everyone is that way. Like it takes a little bit more time for others to grasp some concepts or like actually focus. So I think a short-term goal for me is to be more aware of that and have a little bit more patience. Like if I have to put more time in the meetings and try to like breathe and like be able to talk to my colleagues, I think that can be really beneficial.
Okay, so within that short term of having more patience, you see that patience coming through as maybe investing more time in the meetings that you have as a group and maybe talking to your group more directly, would you say?
Yeah, I think honesty is key when we're having like so many differences. I think honesty is the best way to get us all to work and like on the same page.
Okay. And if I have to ask you today, at like from 1 to 10, if you had to set like a level of how confident you feel right now to go ahead and have those tough conversations with your team and being honest and about giving more time within your group assignments, um, which level would you say you are right now?
Okay, so the thing is, I'm not a person that really likes conflict, so I would say a seven because I know it has to be done, but it's not an easy thing for me. I'm not a person, I really, really dislike conflict, but I do understand that sometimes it has to be done in order for things to work out.
Okay.
So
And what would you think that is something that you have under your power that you can do within the next couple of days? Because I understand that you want to solve this quite fast, right? Like it's an immediate thing to do. What would it take for you to go from a 7 to a 10 in confidence? What would tell you there?
I think maybe talking to them separately and being extremely honest, but at the same time, being extremely nice as well. Like, I don't want to be mean, like, in any moment. So I think if I talk to them separately and, like, approach them with goodwill and, like, not in an aggressive, like, way,
Hmm.
I think that could really work.
Okay, so one of the options is approaching each one of them individually from a very honest point of view so that you can come across authentic and as a goodwill thing,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah,
Okay,
that's it.
and how would you say that that would make that conversation successful? How would you determine that that conversation was successful?
I think for me, I would have known if it was successful when they understand where I'm coming from because my main goal is for us to work together well. And if we work together well, like our grades are going to reflect that, our ideas are going to be better. Like we're going to actually have fun doing the assignments because we're doing a master's and we're all like we all like marketing and the assignments if are quite fun if we were all in like in the same page. So I think I would be successful if they understand that I'm coming from a really like a good place because I want us to work. Like I want us to have good grades and work as a team because the thing is we have all the term. It's not one project and that's it. Like we have to work for four different classes and that's not easy because if we don't work well together, our grades are going to reflect that and that's not good for anyone in the team.
Okay, so to be successful within this conversation, besides being honest and coming from a goodwill kind of angle, you want to first of all let them understand where you're coming from. So I would guess your motivations, like why are you
Yeah.
trying to be successful with them? Okay,
Mhm.
letting them see that that if you guys come together, you can make this something fun to do, and
Yeah.
and finally that all of you need to be successful. Like it's for the benefit of the whole team.
Okay, exactly, exactly, exactly. Yeah,
Okay,
because yeah, it's helpful for all of us at the end of the day.
it's a common benefit, would you say?
Exactly, perfectly phrased.
Okay, common benefit. So if you were have to go ahead and put this into actions, this three steps within that honest conversation, would you say you will be able to do so in the next couple of weeks or in the next couple of days?
I think so because as like we were saying, I do need to be like I do need to fix this quickly because we're still like we still have like due dates for a lot of our assignments. So I know I have to put in the work and I'm willing to do it for the benefit of the entire team.
Okay,
So I do
perfect.
think I'm going to be able to talk to them in the coming days.
Okay, and now if I ask you at what level of confidence you are right now after coming up with those ideas of how you want to approach those conversations and what sort of topics you want to talk about being honest and about something like they understand where you're coming from and that that's a benefit from all of us and to enjoy the experience that you're going through. At which level of confidence would you set yourself? You were at 7. Right now, where are
Maybe
you?
I would move myself to a 9.
Okay.
Yeah, I like now thinking about it, it doesn't seem so scary because I know my intentions are good. Like I'm not doing this to harm anyone.
Okay.
So definitely talking about it really helps.
Well, I'm glad for that. And what would you say that the next thing you will do would be after this session? What would you do?
I think I really need to reflect on what I want to say and like actually go and look for my teammates and talk to them.
Okay.
Like I really need to be very clear on what I have to say because I don't want there to be misunderstandings because this is for me a very serious topic at the moment because it is like my master's degree. So for me, after this coaching session is done, I think I might even put it to paper to get
Okay.
my ideas flowing about what I really want to say. And then I don't want it, I don't want to text them. I actually want to talk to them. So I think for me, going and like actually looking for them and talking face to face, it doesn't even have to be like like it could be virtually as well, but like actually for them to see my face like it has to be face to face because I think that would have like a greater impact than if I texted.
Okay. So if I would tell you that we are meeting again next week around this day, like on Friday, in 8 days, do you think you would be able to have spoken to some of your teammates by then? And if so, how many?
I think in a week, I think I would first tackle the guys that are not like the hardest first. So I would think I would talk to at least the guy from Poland and the guy from France, which are the two that I have the most trouble with because I think then I can talk to my other teammates that I do get along with very well.
Okay, so
I
you
think at least two by by next Friday.
and next year. Okay, and those two would be the Poland and the French
Yeah, the
guys.
guys that are the most for me the most that hard to work with them.
Okay, okay. So I wanted to ask you. So you went from a 7 to a 9 in confidence about facing this issue. How do you feel with your plan, like with your go-to plan about the conversation, honest conversation that you're gonna have, showing them the benefits of both of working together and being successful as a team, and also where you're coming from. And after this coaching session, actually writing down what you would like to say so that you have like an action plan and that it comes through as it should and you don't have any misunderstandings, right?
Mhm.
How do you feel about that plan? How comfortable do you feel about that plan?
I feel extremely comfortable because now that we I've talked about it with you, I put myself in their shoes, and honestly, there's nothing wrong with another person coming and like trying to make things better. So I feel much more confident now because I try to put myself in their shoes and like what I'm trying to do has there's nothing bad with it. I know it's conflict, I know it's hard, but I do feel it has to be done for the success of the entire team. So I feel extremely comfortable now that we've talked about it.
Well, Laura, I think you have a clear idea of what you want to do. So for our next session, I would really hope that you can come back and tell me how it went, and we can discuss about that a little bit farther by then. Okay?
I'll tell you how it goes with my teammates.
Great. Remember that if you need me, I'm gonna be here. But I'm pretty confident that you already have some really good ideas to approach your issue. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Laura. Bye bye.
Bye. Ya, ya paré de grabar.